The administration's Navigator program is supposed to help people sign up for Obamacare. But now this shocking undercover video has Republican Senator John Cornyn calling for an immediate end to the program.
Lie because your premiums will be high. I always tell loud, man.
And here's one telling undercover enrollee to lie about his taxes and his income.
Don't get yourself in trouble by declaring it now.
At least 3 workers reportedly have been suspended and 1 fired as a result of this video. But Jonathan, you say scrap the whole program?
Yeah, I mean, Eric, do you need a government-appointed navigator to help you choose what cell phone to buy, you know, what computer to buy, what house to buy, what restaurant to go to? No. I mean, in a free country, we make these decisions on our own. But, of course, Obama, I guess, like Juan, doesn't believe that free people can make their own decisions. They're idiots, right? So we need to get these government-appointed navigators, which really are just thugs. They're political thugs, spreading progressive and democratic philosophy, encouraging people to lie and defraud the IRS.
And Boy Scouts who help old ladies across the street, they're thugs who are going to mug the old lady. All these people are trying to do is help folks properly.
Hold on there, my man.
Did you watch the tape? Did you watch the
tape?
Here's what she said.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. Go ahead and lie about your income.
She said he was going to get in trouble now because he'd already declared it in the past.
Juan, trust me, she goes on to say, you should do it. I do it too. She literally says I lie on mine as well.
Are you shocked by this? Because they haven't even ever denied that they allow people with felony convictions. So if you go into a court of law and you take the witness stand, that's a crime of moral turpitude. The jury's instructed that you probably shouldn't believe that person because they're a thief or a liar, they have a felony conviction. That's the person that's telling you, oh, it gets better. And then there's people that work for them that have ties to Acorn. I mean, is this a joke? It's such a scam. And they're collecting personal data about Americans so they can use this for future elections.
You know, Michelle, the American people aren't accepting these either. Take a look at this poll. 86% of the people say this is unacceptable. When 86% of the people agree on anything, I guess it's time to really start thinking about scrapping this program.
Yeah, I mean, the House Oversight Committee for months now have been warning about this because there's no proper procedure for vetting these navigators. And like Kimberly said, convicted felons could potentially become navigators, and they're going to have your personal information. And the other problem is that Obamacare is so complex, no one really understands it, and scammers are taking advantage and exploiting the fact that Americans don't know much about it. So they're creating websites that look just like the Obamacare website. They're emailing, phone calls, trying to get people's information, pretending to be navigators, pretending to be part of the federal government, and they're taking that information and using it for
Michelle,
identity
let me
fraud.
just point out to you, there is no evidence of any fraud so far, no evidence of widespread fraud. You are screaming like, oh, the sky is falling. This is evidence that this whole program should be scuttled. That's where you get in trouble. That's where people start to doubt
no evidence of fraud. Did you not just see those videos? Did you not just see those videos?
Those videos are what?
We just watched those videos.
One small thing. Oh, in other words, anytime anybody does anything wrong.
Juan said it was one small thing after the first video was released. Now another video is released. It's only a month into this program. It's happening across the entire program, and it's not just because of the training of these navigators. It's inherent in the nature of navigators themselves. Again, individuals in a free market make their own choices. It's not government's role to help them decide what health insurance to buy.
I want to stay with you, Jonathan, for a second. Pull up the next full screen. Talking about privacy, Michelle brought this point up, and it's a very good point. Look at this. The American people, 42% say they feel not at all confident that your privacy is going to be protected. Kimberly points out some of them are frauds, they're convicted felons and whatnot. John, should we trust these people with our very, very important information?
I sure as hell wouldn't, Eric. I mean, you can't trust the website. We've already seen there's tremendous security breaches there. But again, this is not because the website needs to be strengthened or the security navigators have to be better trained. It's inherent of the nature of government control writ large. Individuals don't have those choices to make their own decisions. They only don't have the choice to have $100 million of taxpayer money going to these, what I think are political thugs, Obamacare navigators.
The people who are involved in this navigator program, programs are the same people who are part of Acorn. So I want to ask you one.
My God.
Are you okay with people from Acorn having your personal information?
In other words, Michelle, anybody who's ever been involved in Acorn is now to be indicted. They're a suspect. I mean, come on, this is so wild. That's like saying anybody who's ever been on Wall Street, oh, gee, you know what?
That's your default. Go to the wall. Let's trash Wall Street a little bit.
Okay, Battleground Texas is just one of a dozen groups like this, and this is you think it's a benign purpose to just say, oh, let me help Americans register. It's not. It's much more nefarious than that. They're trying to register voters. They're trying to get all of the data mining, polling information, register African Americans, Latino. This is like gearing up for the next big battle that they're going to face. That's what this is really about.
Recommending to do something different on your taxes is recommending you commit fraud. We're going to have to leave it there.
That's a crime.
It's a crime.
It's a crime.
Coming up.